video. Like former Prince Andrew, Donald Trump attended various parties with Jeffrey Epstein. I want to know, were there any underage girls at that party or at any party that Trump attended with Jeffrey Epstein?
This is so ridiculous.
I'm going to put up another document from a witness who called the FBI's National Threat Operations Center because I believe you just lied under oath. There is ample evidence in the Epstein files.
Don't you ever accuse me of a crime.
I believe you just lied under oath. You have not held a single man accountable. Shame on you. If you had any decency, you would resign right after this hearing concludes.
Before we get into this, hit like and subscribe to The Red Verdict, because we cut through political theater and give you the facts they don't want you focusing on.
I have a UC.
Ms. Crockett from Texas is recognized for UC.
Thank you so much. Donald Trump's approval rating implodes on his strongest issue. This is from Newsweek today. It says 40% of people approve of Trump's handling of immigration and border security, while 60% disapprove.
Without objection,
that is a
admitted.
net drop
Now I
to
recognize the gentleman
-20.
from California, Mr. Lieu.
Thank you, Attorney General Bondi, for being here today. I'm going to show you two photos.
Thank you.
I'm going to show you two photos of former Prince Andrew. Prince Andrew attended various parties with Jeffrey Epstein. Under the law Congress passed, you were allowed to redact photos to protect the victims of Epstein's sex trafficking operation. You redacted the photos of this victim's face because you were following the congressional law. Is that correct?
I'm sorry that we redacted the victim's
Because you were
face?
following the congressional law, correct?
Yes.
Okay. You have now established that please put the photos back up, that we are looking at a sex trafficking victim. Under the Federal Victims Trafficking Protection Act, not only is Jeffrey Epstein guilty, but anyone who patronizes Epstein's sex operation is also guilty of a crime. That's why I find it absolutely despicable that you sought to protect Epstein's clients, like former Prince Andrew. Last July, you closed the case on Epstein's abusers. The July 2025 memo from your Department of Justice stated, quote, "We did not uncover evidence that could predicate an investigation against uncharged third parties." These two photos, please put the photos back up. These two photos staring you in the face are evidence of a crime and more than enough evidence to predicate an investigation against former Prince Andrew. So I ask you, Attorney General Pam Bondi, why did you shut down this investigation last July, and why have you not prosecuted former Prince Andrew?
I don't believe you asked Merrick Garland these questions when he was Attorney General and set before
I agree with you.
You twice.
I'm reclaiming my time.
Never
I agree with
mentioned
you. I agree with you. During
Were you not here
during
then?
the Biden administration, I called for people looking at Epstein files. Merrick Garland dropped the ball, as did Attorney General Bill Barr, as did Alex Acosta, a whole string of failures. But you are in charge. You have the power to change things, to hold these men accountable, and you're doing the opposite. You're protecting them. So I want to move on to another man.
Can I answer
Donald
that,
Trump.
though?
I want to move on to another
Can I
question.
answer your question about protecting
You
Prince
answered the
Andrew?
question.
You're saying no. I love this.
I want to discuss another man, Donald Trump, who is all over the Epstein files, like former Prince. Here's a video. Like former Prince Andrew, Donald Trump attended various parties with Jeffrey Epstein. I want to know, were there any underage girls at that party or at any party that Trump attended with Jeffrey Epstein?
This is so ridiculous, and that they are trying to deflect from all the great things Donald Trump has done. There is no evidence that Donald Trump has committed a crime. Everyone knows that. This has been the most transparent presidency. He's the one that asked that those files
I'm reclaiming my time.
be released.
I got your answer. You said there's no
President
evidence.
Trump asked
Mr. Chairman, please
I'd like
stop
to
the
reclaim
clock.
my
Please
time.
stop the
the
clock.
legislation.
Time.
This is
Time.
this
I'd like
is
to reclaim
ridiculous.
my time.
Time belongs to the gentleman from California.
Okay. I'm going to put up another document from a witness who called the FBI's National Threat Operations Center because I believe you just lied under oath. There is ample evidence in the Epstein file.
Don't you ever accuse me of a
I
crime.
believe you just lied under oath, and this is all on videotape. You said there's no evidence of a crime. I'm showing you, here is a witness statement who called into the FBI's Threat Operations Center. He drove Donald Trump around in a limo. He overheard what Donald Trump said to Jeffrey on his cell phone. He was so angry, he was gonna stop a limo and hurt Donald Trump. And he met a girl who said she was raped by Donald Trump and Jeffrey Epstein. She later had her head blown off, and officers at the scene said that could not have been suicide. No one at the Department of Justice interviewed this witness. You need to interview this witness immediately. Epstein should rot in hell, so should the men who patronized his operation. And as we say here today, there are over 1,000 sex trafficking victims, and you have not held a single man accountable. Shame on you. If you had any decency, you would resign right after this hearing
The time of the
concludes.
gentleman has expired.
May I respond?
Yeah, I don't know how you respond. No one can.
I
Oh,
did not
can
ask a
respond,
question,
but
Mr.
he
Head.
doesn't
You're
want
allowed
to talk
to.
about
I did
the
not ask a
horrific crime
question.
in California. He does not want to talk about
I did not ask a
crime
question.
in his state.
She can't
Madam
just
Attorney
ad lib
General.
stuff. I did not ask a
Trump.
question.
Meeting will be in order. The gentleman has yielded back his time. I think our next witness will be.
What you just watched is not a serious legal argument, it's a political performance. And if you strip away the outrage, what you're left with is a dangerous pattern, accusation without verified evidence, a narrative over due process. Let's start with the key moment. A member of Congress directly accuses Donald Trump of being involved in crimes tied to Jeffrey Epstein based not on charges, not on court findings, but on an unverified witness claim and hearsay. That should concern everyone, regardless of political party. Because here's the reality. In the United States, allegations are not convictions. A claim, even a disturbing one, must be investigated, corroborated, and proven in court. What we saw instead was a public attempt to present accusations as if they are established fact. Now, let's talk about the exchange with Attorney General Pam Bondi. The congressman presses her on why certain individuals, including Prince Andrew, have not been prosecuted. That's a fair question on the surface. The Epstein case absolutely deserves scrutiny, and there have been failures across multiple administrations, Democrat and Republican. Even the Speaker admits that figures like Merrick Garland, Bill Barr, and Alex Acosta all dropped the ball in different ways. That's important context. This is not a one-party failure, it's a systemic failure. But then the argument takes a turn. Instead of pushing for a broad, consistent investigation into everyone involved, the focus narrows almost entirely to Donald Trump, and that's where credibility starts to break down. If the standard is anyone connected to Epstein should be investigated, then that standard must apply equally across the board, not selectively. Then there's the legal claim about patronizing under the federal trafficking laws. Yes, the law does punish those who knowingly participate in or benefit from trafficking. But again, the keyword is knowingly. Being in the same room, attending the same event, or having past social connections does not automatically meet that legal threshold. That's not a technicality, that's the foundation of how justice works. The most alarming moment, though, is the introduction of a witness claim that was never investigated, never tested in court, and is now being presented in a public hearing as if it proves criminal guilt. That's not accountability, that's reckless. If that witness is credible, then law enforcement should investigate properly. But presenting it this way, in a political setting without verification, risks turning serious allegations into political weapons. And that should bother you no matter where you stand politically. Because today it's Trump, tomorrow it could be anyone. The Epstein case is real, the victims are real, and the demand for justice is absolutely justified. But justice requires evidence, consistency, and due process, not televised accusations and selective outrage. At the Red Verdict, we don't defend individuals, we defend standards. Investigate everyone, hold everyone accountable, but do it the right way. If you want more breakdowns like this, like the video, subscribe to the Red Verdict, and stay informed.